In this video, we're going to talk about wash bays, what they are, how they work, all the different kinds, and how you apply them when it comes to wastewater management. G'day Mark, how are you?
Good, Tim. How are you going?
Until recently, I hadn't really heard of what a wash bay is. Let's start with that. What are they and how do they work?
Okay, let's start with the most simplest one, a car wash. So a lot of people would have taken their car to a local hand car wash.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's basically an area where a car would sit. It obviously gets washed down.
All sorts of soaps and detergents and processes.
And it's a platform where we can then capture that water and treat it prior to discharge.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, good. Let's talk about the benefits of having a wash bay. Obviously there are some, I want to say, moral benefits, environmental benefits. What are some of the benefits?
The most important thing is the environment. So we don't want contaminants like oils, soaps, sludge, etc. leaching into our environment, leaching into the soil of the surrounding environment of the wash bay, for instance. Secondly, when our water is discharged to the sewer network, it goes through a sewage treatment plant, but then it goes out to our oceans. So we have to be making sure that we're processing that wastewater correctly. So when it is finally discharged to the ocean, is of a particular level that it's safe to do so. In some cases, organisations don't have sewer. They're discharging to environment or to the local creek, for instance.
Right.
So it's absolutely imperative that the organisation or business is treating that water correctly. So when they are discharging it to the environment, it's not killing fish and wildlife in streams and creeks.
What sort of industries use these? We've spoken about obviously car washes, but there's got to be more applications.
Yes, there's quite a lot. Basically any organisation that is washing anything, it could be a small part, to a large mining vehicle, is required to have an approved wash bay and have the equipment, etc., that we've touched on in place. Some of the industries can be car hire organisations, sea and freight and logistics companies that are moving shipping containers and they're washing down the shipping containers. And there is extended obligations, certainly for overseas components that are washed here in this country. We then touch on meeting quarantine regulations. So when a container is washed that's come from overseas and the organisation is looking at recycling that water, there's quite stringent quarantine regulations that are in place that the water, then we have to treat the water specifically. So it is then safe to reuse. We've killed off any nasty bugs that might have been lurking on the container.
From overseas?
Correct, yeah.
Sure. Last question for you. What do we need to know about wash bays that we haven't spoken about already?
I suppose that you have the two options, fixed and permanent. Sorry, fixed and portable.
Yes, I was going to say.
Beg your pardon. And understanding the type of business you are will help determine whether you look at portable or fixed. A lot of the time, the clients which will choose a portable wash bay would be an organisation that is that is leasing from a landlord. And
right, so you can't put a permanent thing in a rental situation.
Well,
arguably.
Yeah, correct. So if you look at a fixed wash bay, you have to put certain tanks, etc., in the ground, cut up concrete, civil works underground, which a lot of landlords are not too happy about cutting up their concrete slab. So the portable wash bay offers that perfect solution there. You really have to look at the size of the wash bay and most importantly looking at the stormwater diversion side of it as well. So once you go over 20 square metres in a wash bay, you need to be looking at a stormwater management system.
Okay, good to know. Thank you so much. For those of you who'd like to find out more and figure out exactly which kind of wash bay, exactly which size of wash bay might be right for you, please visit us online through bulbeckenviro.com.au. Also, feel free to send us an email, give us a call with your complicated questions. It's a complicated issue and we'd be more than happy to help answer your questions and figure out what we can do to help you through.